What's up, everybody?
Welcome to the Tower of Terror.
Now I'm just playing with you. This is actually the pilot episode of
What you drawing there, BaeBuh?
Skidlet do that, pow, pow, pow. You already know who it is. It's Mello Marrero. Today is December the 22nd. It's Saturday. I still got my jammies. It's in the middle of the afternoon. I really don't have anything much planned. I don't have anything in my mind, but I'm going to show you how I break out of that sometimes. Because sometimes I go into this not knowing what I am going to do. First, I'll show you some of the tools that I use. You guys probably haven't. It's nothing really special. I mean, I use a regular number 2 pencil. Doesn't matter to me. Doesn't matter to me. If it's available, it's sharp. If it has an eraser, I'm using it. That's that for my general equipment. Dude, and when it comes to paper, honestly, I'll draw on a freaking napkin. I'll draw on your wall if you let me. Regular copy paper, I don't care. Lately, I've been trying to teach myself to draw without reference. And I've been doing that a lot lately, or even in the past. You see my stuff and it's not really anatomically correct, and you can tell. Whenever I used to draw the face, I would consider myself a portrait artist, right? Take a picture of someone and try to get it as accurate as possible to my subject. But you don't always have anybody, and I don't always want to draw myself. Because as an artist, because I see myself and my children and my wife's face the most out of anybody on the planet, they become my subjects. Even subconsciously, as I'm sketching, they always end up turning into or looking like them, which is actually kind of cool because they are my muses. They are the reason why I continue to do what I do. But I also want to adapt and change and grow like any other person and any kind of artist. So I've been trying to figure out this method, Frank Reilly abstraction method. And he shows you, if I can keep my head straight, let me see if I can get it right. You know, the circle for the structure of the face, and that's not even new. Like I said in previous posts, drawing comics the Marvel way, first thing they do, circle. Everything is a circle. I grew up learning how to draw a face from a circle. Small triangle, line down the center, line down for the eyes, for the nose, the mouth, and then such and so on. But the Reilly abstraction method uses rhythms for measuring the face so that everything could be in the right spot and proportionate. So I'm going to show you guys what I'm trying to learn how to do. Okay, so here we are. Like I said, regular people. I'm actually going to use one of the 2 H's or even the H, but you know what? No. Let's go with a regular number 2 pencil, right? Because I don't. If you're gonna follow along, if you're gonna do some of this stuff with me from now and in the future, I don't want you to think that you need. My hands talk for me. But you're going to need the tools that I use, because that's not really necessary. An artist, a true artist, will use anything. There's artists that use cow dookie. Wrap your head around that. Alright, so, like all things, man, when you go in to try to show someone, or when someone's trying to learn how to do a picture or a drawing, or learn how to draw, there's rules and then there's suggestions. I'm going to only give you suggestions. There are no rules, honestly. I'm going to show you how I do what I do. And hopefully you'll find it entertaining enough or good enough that it'll give you an opportunity to learn from it. So, if you knew how to draw, you know how to draw. You already know how to draw a circle. You know, a line and a curve, and everything is based off of those 3 things. Show you a circle, a straight line, and a curve. Alright? So, let's keep that in mind here. So we're gonna start. What I like to do, very little pressure on the pencil. I'm going to draw a circle. But I don't draw it with my wrists. Okay? I draw with my whole arm. My whole arm, including my shoulder. Because if you draw with your wrist, yeah, you can probably get a tight circle, but you know, it's gonna feel weird. And I have a bad shoulder. I got bad posture. So just go with me. So what do I mean by drawing with your whole arm? I want you to draw a circle with your whole arm. Keep the pencil nice and light. Trick to keeping your pencil light. The further away from the lead you are, further away of the lead you are, the lighter. Okay. I'm gonna go about right here, a little more than halfway. Let's draw that. Let's see you do it so big. Okay. And I'm just gonna use my whole elbow, my whole shoulder, rotate, do it. Back and forth. Nice, all the way around. Very little pressure on the pencil. Filling in spots where I think. Right, that line went astray, so I'm just gonna delete it. Just attacking me. Alright, that's not bad. Now, I want to find the center. So, this is where my bad posture kills me. When I was growing up, this is how I used to hold I'm sitting straight. This is how I used to write on and I could write pretty straight in this angle. And my teachers used to always tell me, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. And they used to fix my sheet. And it would eventually turn back. So I have bad writing posture, period. So this right here already makes me feel uncomfortable. That's me personally. But I have to fight that within me to get it right. So I think that the center is about right here. Again, using my whole arm. Beginning to the bottom. And just lightly sketch. Right? And I'm actually going to go beyond the bottom of the circle. Because I'm thinking ahead. And again, I have no idea what I'm doing. I have no idea what I'm going to sketch. I don't know what I'm going to draw. But I know there's going to be a head. I just don't know what it's going to look like. So, I can tell by the way that I'm sitting, and even by the view of the camera, and I see it on my screen here, that it's kind of crooked. But I'm gonna measure it. I'm gonna forget about my surroundings, and I'm just gonna sketch and talk through as I go through it. This is how I'd find out if it's proportional, if it's equal, if I went right. So I'm gonna use the point of my pencil, put on the line that I drew, and I'm gonna pinch the pencil at the outside of the circle. Right? And I'm going to use that as my measuring. So I'm going to just move forward. Bam! See what I'm saying? Points at the end. I drew the line perfectly down the center. And again, that's not even a perfect circle, I don't care. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to find the center somewhere around here. And I'm going to do the same. Now you notice I just used the pencil in a different way. I don't want to mark it too much. I'm actually drawing with the side. Now I went to school for art, and I picked up a lot of these different techniques, and it's become such a muscle memory that I can't even remember doing it or doing it. And I rarely do that. But I know. So again, we're going to measure again. That. Pretty good. Pretty good. Alright. Now, the face gets a little narrow on the side, and it's going to come down to the chin. So let's do that. I'm going to find a spot on the side of the circle. I'm just going to draw a straight line down and then across. And what I'm doing is actually creating the guidelines to where certain things are going to be. Hairline maybe, crown of the dome, sides of the face. when I get here, the size of this square that I'm drawing here, I'm going to begin to turn in to the line. And I'm just going to sketch lightly, and I'm going to try to make it as equal to both sides as best as I can. And if you can't see it, it's because I'm not putting any pressure on this pencil. I'm letting it do its thing, right? Now what I'm doing is going over where I want. Now that I could erase, but I don't want to yet. That is my face, right? And this is a weird step by step because in my mind, all I need to do is this. Because I've done it for so long. I just done everything here, in my mind. Okay? That and that, same thing. Only this is gonna show you how I got from here. Okay? Alright. I'm gonna start measuring again. So I need these, this is gonna be my lines to start putting the details on my face. Most people use this as the eye line. I'm actually going to use this as my brow line. So I'm going to draw a small curve like that. And again, if you notice my hand, I'm not drawing with my wrist. I'm using my whole arm. Very little wrist, mostly arm. You can measure better that way. So, if you get comfortable, right? So, it's my brow line. I'm gonna do a line right here. That's where I feel like where the eyes might be. Now they say that between the eyes and the chin, that is where we're going to put the chin. Halfway down is the nose, right? So let's do that. I think it's about right here. Right there. Right? And this is where measurements and stuff, like the stuff that really makes art boring is what I'm showing you right here. The measurements and the rhythms and the lines and the guides. And people don't want to do that. They want to do that and get in here and start rocking. So here we go. My eye line, my nose line. I think my mouth's going to be around here somewhere. So let's do to find where your eyes are going to go on this line. It is said and it is measured that your face from end to end, if you're looking at yourself in a point of view, I guess, or face view, is 5 eyes wide. So what does that mean when your side, front of your face is 5 eyes wide? That you can fit your eyeballs, the length of your eyeballs, 5 times from across. But that's weird. Try it out. Look in the mirror and measure it. So I'm going to, ready for it? I'm going to eyeball it, and I'm going to assume that that's where the eye's going to be. That's pretty good. So from that eye line, I'm going to draw straight down, because within this box is going to be my nose, the bridge of my nose and the tip of my nose. Right? Alright. I'm going to come up at an angle. It's going to be the beginning of the brow. Right? For now, let's just leave it like that. Cute. So now that we have that, bottom of the nose. Your nose is really going to be about right here. I'm going to actually draw a circle. Or a football shape. An oblong. An oblong shape. And this is where the Reilly method gets a little interesting. We're going to start finding the rhythms of the face, where the muscles are going to go, and certain where you can find the shading. And one of them is finding the nose, and then we're going to find the sides of the face, right? So from that point to where it begins to curve on the side, on the bottom of the mouth, on the bottom of the face, we're going to try to connect it like this. And all of this you can see vaguely if you was to look in the mirror. Okay? I think my chin is going to be right here, so I'm going to represent my chin with a small oval like that. Okay? The nose, the tip of the nose is going to be right about here. And to find how long, where the mouth and the muscles are going to be, I'm going to take from the tip of the beginning where I thought the nose would be, the tip of the nose, and a circular motion all the way to the very tip of the chin, or what I thought, or what I think is going to be represented in the chin. See? Cool? See that? So if you was to look in the mirror, this would begin the side around the mouth, under the eyes, where the cheeks would be, curving down into the mouth. Now, we want to find out where the mouth is going to be. And it's usually the opening. If you was to have your lips closed, I would assume it's in the center. So I'm going to just eyeball the center. That. And you should begin to start seeing the face take its shape. Let's see. Right? So we need to find some other rhythms. So one of the rhythms is here. Near the beginning of that first line that we used to divide the face, we're going to come in at a curve towards this part where the nostrils are going to be. It's going to come like in an angle like this. And once it touches, to curl it. Right? That's going to represent the side of your mouth, of your lips. We're going to do the same on the other side. Q. We do another line, another rhythm that's going to define the cheekbone and that gap between where your mouth and the bottom of your jaw starts. Yeah, the tip of that rhythm when we found that corner of your mouth, we're going to do from there a little further down, and once it touches that first circle, we're just going to follow it downwards. Okay. Again, to be clear, I'm still learning this method. This may not even be the right way to do this thing, but it has helped me. So, why not share the wealth? I'm going to do the same thing on the side. As a caveat, just in case if you are following along and yours doesn't come out right, it's okay, man. Or gal. Just do you, man. You may not even use this. But if you ever get stuck going, I can't do the face right, it's not coming out right, take a stop, take a breather, look at these rhythms and see if you can lightly sketch them out over the one you're doing. If it looks askewed, this will tell you, it's because my face isn't aligned. Your eye will tell you. I'm a little thirsty. Take a sip. Hot chocolate for Reilly. So, we're gonna finish up with the brow, working up. So right here, just do a nice circle, circle. These are the, you know, if you used to think about, these are the muscles that when you frown your eyebrows, those are the ones that curl in. And I'm just gonna take that and curve it across. And same thing on the other side. Then I'm going to take these and I'm just going to circle. This is going to be dead center of the forehead. And then do a wider sweep. The outer ring on the forehead, because your forehead actually flattens, curves, side of the face. Don't believe me? Check a mirror. Alright. Let's do the ears. So the ears, if you look at yourself in the mirror, it goes about where the eyebrows are to the tip of the nose. So we know tip of the nose, and it's just, let's just draw a C and a reverse C. Q. And let's remove some of these guidelines so that you can see what we've done so far. Right? We just drew the head using a bastardized version of the Reilly abstraction method. And we have it, as far as I can tell, pretty much in proportion. Which is pretty cool. Let's tighten that up. So, you can still use this, and what's cool about this, you can do this, and it's ambiguous. We can decide now if it's going to be a male or female. Let's make it a female. So, I'm just going to bring this down. That's going to be for the neck, and most females will have a smaller neck than men. So, a skinnier neck. So I'm just going to follow that first line and bring it down. We're not going to do the whole head, or the full body, but at least we'll know that that is a female. Right? That's very feminine. Now let's say, just to prove to you that you can use this for male and female, I'm going to put those lines back in. This will be the dude. Bring the neck out. Probably right with it here connects to the side of the face. Bring it down, and start putting in the traps. Right? Bam. So you get to choose from here to at any point, man or female, and anything in between. So we decided we're gonna make it a female. I decided. But I would like to see what you guys come up with. If you do follow along, or if you do save this and watch it over again, please, 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 take a shot of this, the frame, and post it. Post it in the gallery. And then show me what you did with it. Alright? So, that's what I'm going to do. Cool. Now, I still don't know what I'm gonna do with it. Oh, I forgot one thing. The eyes. I'm sorry. So let's do the eyes. We know how wide they're gonna be. So we're gonna represent the eyes with a giant oval, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because your eyes aren't as small as they look in reality, right? We're only seeing a sliver of the eye. Right, so all I did was use those measurements from earlier, from the 5 heads wide, 1 eye, 2 eye, 3 eye, 4 eye, 5 eye. Okay? And I'm going to show you how to put in the right proportion. So we have our line. From one end to the other, just come up, follow the curvature in your mind, follow the curvature of that circle, come across. When it reaches that next eye, follow the curvature down, cross. There you go. That's better. I don't know if you can see it considering how the lighting in here is, but all right. Cool. I'm gonna continue real quick. I'm gonna switch pencils because I want you to be able to see darker lines. So this is where the B and the two B's come in handy, because I don't have to press harder. I don't have to chew up my paper using these pencils. Let's do the B. I'm going to darken the outline and do some of the features before I go into the ending of this. So just going around the outlines. Same different. I'm not even using a lot of pressure. This lead this is what it's used for. Thing with these, because they're softer lead, which allows them to be that dark without much pressure, you tend to be sharpening them more often. Ears, bottom of the jowl and the jaw, chin. The other ear, eyeball, my mouth. Ooh. So let's put in the mouth while I'm here. Why not? Let's keep going. I want to find what I think my wife calls it Gabriel's kiss. Do a circle right here between the nose and the line for our mouth. I'm going to come up, put a little flavor on it, a little curve, couple of curves, following the rhythm. So this is what the rhythm is helpful for. It allows you to, it actually gives you the guidelines of where you need to put your lines for the anatomy of the face. The lip. Cool. Hopefully you guys can see that on the camera. The nose is going to look like an M. We do the side of the nostril. Side of the nostril using our own frame and guideline. Curve. Curve. Darken up the nostril. And we can see that. So it may look muddy and busy right now, and it is. But the moment we begin to erase these guidelines, when you have the features where you want it, the eyes where you want it, the nose where you want it, and the mouth where you want it, we'll erase the guidelines and you'll see how clean and proportionate and how nice this thing looks. Alright, let's keep going. The nose is going to come up about right in the center. I'm drawing lightly because when it comes to drawing a woman, I really or rarely draw the full nose. I only give you a gesture of it. Okay. Follow the curvature of the eyebrow or the brow, so we can draw the eyebrows. I'm just doing a line now. We'll put the details in later. Right? Just tying up the lines for the ears. The ears have always been a problem for me to draw. I still don't know if I'm doing it right. They got boxer's ears. She got like cauliflower ears. Maybe she's an MMA. Right? So, one of the things that I like to do, because I try to make the images look dynamic, is I rarely have the picture or the portrait of the picture looking straight ahead. It's always to the side or askew. So let's do that. Let's put in the eye real quick. Something happening over here. What could it be? Alright. I think we have enough detail to erase our guidelines. Okay? So, if you're following along, start from the beginning. We did a circle as best we could. We found the center of it. We did a guesstimate line, and then to prove our theory if it was dead center, we used our pencil for the measuring. Pointed the lead to the center, fingers pinching the pencil at the end. Right? We did the same across, and so on and so forth. So, I'm actually going to stop, and then I'm going to do the rest in speed so you can see what it's going to look like. I still don't know what this young lady or older woman is going to look like, but I want to see what you've done. I want to see your guidelines, and then I want to see what you guys came up with. Cool? All right. See you in a second. right. That's it. Let me see if it can come out. That's what my results were. Not too shabby, considering I had no idea what I was gonna do. But listen, man, I hope you guys enjoyed what you saw. I hope you guys learned a little something. So I can't wait to see what you guys have done with it. I like that method. It does take a while to get everything in where you're supposed to, but the results have never been bad in my experience, man. I was telling my son Justin the other day that in terms of ratio, since I started doing that piece, practicing and trying stuff out, maybe 7 out of the 10 pieces that I've done in practice would have come out really nice, and I've been happy with how they come out. Some of them, the ones that don't, are either just get bored doing the process, because it is a process, if you follow me. But I think eventually, when it becomes habit and I'll be doing most of those guides and sketches in my mind instead of on paper all the time, it's going to be a lot cooler and a lot easier for me, and all just so that I won't need references. And it's not that I don't use references anymore, because I still don't know the proper way an eye is supposed to look like, the nose, the mouth, or whatever, and there's millions of different variations of the same. So that's that. But anyway, make sure you please post your pieces. I want to see them. I want to see the guidelines you create, or the masterpieces that you come up with after doing those. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you want more, if you want to see more different things, if you're challenged and you need help trying to crack that puzzle, put it in the comment section. We'll do it together. If you want to see this method again, maybe a little faster, maybe a little smoother, we'll do it again. Next picture we'll do a guy, maybe a guy's face. Characters, people, portraits, whatever you need, whatever you want to try to crack, let's do it together. So anyway, God bless you guys.